Hey guys, it's me, James Gemmaker. And as you read before, I just took that sign away from your face. Basically, it's tonight's video is James the Gemmaker presents How I Met My Demon. This is kind of like the show How I Met Your Mom, except there's two things. This is going to be a creepy real story from abandoned place I visited, a love, not a lost love and trying to find to make someone my wife and then soon one of my kids. And number two, this has no Neil Patrick Harris. It just has Patrick McCormick, which is my real name. So if you're looking for that, please go to FX where they have Neil Patrick Harrison, and please trust me, he ain't better than me. No way. James J. Maker's always better. Take that, Doogie Howser. Anyways, that being said, I present to you how I met my demon. It all starts a few years ago when I went to investigate the Bartonville Insane Asylum in Bartonville, Illinois. Now, many of you are asking, what the heck is that? Or where is this at? Well, I just told you, Bartonville, Illinois. It's a suburb of Peoria in Peoria County, close to Tazewell County. Basically, Bartonville is a small knit town like where I'm from, except this one had a legit insane asylum that I've been there about 7-10 times within 6-7 years. I mean, I just had so many memories there, investigating the paranormal, even though mostly were ghost hunts with other people. I had many experiences, many memories, many friends I kind of made and still do to this day. They're good people, and I stick to them. Spirits, I know they're still there. Why? Because they moved to the building next to them because they had to tear down the Bartonville Insane Asylum for some reason to make room for a parking lot. That was about a year ago. They removed basically any chance of them doing anything with it and bulldozed the building. Unfortunately, that didn't leave the spirits any choice except to leave and go to the Pollock Hospital, which is a building right down the road where it was used as part of the Bartonville Insane Asylum back when it was in use. So they did transfer the spirits, but I wish they didn't tear it down because that shows me they just didn't give a rat's you know what. Because it's part of history, and you tear down some history. What does that make you and your city look like? Easily, you look like shit, and that's not fair because these people came in here, and there was droves and droves of people that visited this place for the paranormal experiences they had, and they would not take that. And I talked to most of them. They would say they would either go to this place in a real haunted house. This was that legit, and he local, I might add. But I'm not going to talk about my opinion why it should have not got tore down. I'm not going to talk about my story, more about my story. The last time I went there, I actually heard the story and actually had an experience that chilled me to my core. And I am not lying about this. I'm 100% genuine on this, saying this, that this did happen, and I cannot explain what the heck happened. I don't know what happened, and I do want to know what happened, but at the same time, I really don't want to know. But as a paranormal investigator and ghost hunter, I want to know. Because I know what the heck was trying to either channel or talk to me or whatever. I don't know. Or touch me. I don't know what it was doing, but I know it was freaking there. Now let's get on with the story, shall we? So, sorry. As I said, back 3 to 4 years ago, when I last visited it, I visited the Bartonville Insane Asylum. So I went there with a ghost hunt with other people that didn't really have any, that were some believers, some were skeptics, some were like, I came here just to get scared and honestly don't give a crap, so I really didn't talk to them as much. But the other ones that were skeptics and believers, I did. Some of them were actually investigators as well, that were beginning investigators. Well, I don't know what you call them, but they're just beginning investigators. Like they're trying to start their own thing, their own business or team. So we all went on the tour the last time because it always goes first on a tour, then on a hunt. So we toured the place. We went ghost hunting during that time, and throughout the building, each corridor, each room on each level had a different, let's say a different feel, if you will. Like one floor had the white lady, which was in white, We believe that was a nurse or maybe a patient that may have got, unfortunately, died there for some case, but I don't know. Then there was one floor where there was children being reported seen, and that was kind of creepy. I actually heard them, and it kind of made me believe there's something there on that floor, and I do believe that to this day. On the third, I don't know if there's that was the second. It was the second and third floor I talk about. Second floor, white lady, and then third floor was the children. Then the final floor, which is the attic, that's where someone was hung, and that's where I like to say some experiences from the staff there they had. Like one was being rushed, one was being touched, and then the one on our tour felt like she was being, surrounded by this ghost who was named Edward. I mean, he's not a bad person, but the story they say this guy was a janitor, and he didn't like how his life was going there, and he knew it was going to go sour real quick with his, I think, personal and business going down with his job base going down the, crapper. So that being said, he just took his own life and hung himself. Now, that when I heard that, I was actually a little emotional because, it's not easy doing that. It's not easy people do that, and then the person next day discovers the body, and like what the heck happened. But that's why we try to get in contact with Edward to see, and he's a nice spirit, by the way. He's not a bad guy. He's not a bad guy. Bad spirit, that is. He's not. He's just trying to reach out to have help, because he really does need help, and sometimes he just needs, to be talked to, because he just never had that much people in life to talk to, because he was just looked down upon. Why? Well, I really don't know, but he was looked down upon, they said, and his life wasn't going straight, so unfortunately he thought, no one loves me, no one wants me, and this is going down the hill, then I'm going to kill myself. And we talked to Edward on the spirit box on EVP. He did come through and a couple times, and he was just trying to talk to us, see what we would. Sorry, that a burp there. He was just trying to talk to us to see what was going to happen. And when I mean what happened, I mean what happened during his life and what we're trying to get from him, what he wants us to help him with. And I don't think it's to move on. I think it's just to clear some issues, to know that we care about him, and that's genuinely care, because we don't want to, say we don't care, because all spirits were humans. We're all humans like us once. So, I mean, he was just trying to get help. Just trying to talk to people and just, be a regular spirit. I don't know how to put it, but just that's how I was trying to be. And he wasn't. I mean, to me, he wasn't bad at all. He was just a nice guy that got dealt the wrong hand, unfortunately. So when we left down that place, we went down to the basement and by past investigations before this, they had not brought this up. Sorry. Actually, they brought two things up. I'm not sure if they were the same time, but they brought up two things. One, when we went down the basement, they said, and they didn't say this before until this tour, until this ghost hunt happened on this particular night. They said in the basement, oh, we forgot to tell you, there's actually a shadow creature down here. And I'm like, oh, let me guess, it's the creeper? And they said, yes. How'd you know? I'm like, what? I was shocked, scared, and yet excited as hell, but I was like, what? Because they said they saw this guy. There was a few experiences where people on staff or people that were investigating saw something crawling on the floor. They call him actually the crawler, but actually it's creeping because he's on his knees, and he's doing this on the ground. It's kind of messed up, but that's how shadow beings are. And they're not humans. They used to be maybe humans. I'm not sure, but I believe they were. I don't think they just made up some sort of term that makes no sense. I mean, they were once human that were most likely neglected and or abused by their own help, let's say. And there was no abuse, but there was some purported abuse going on at Bartonville. Very little, but still, it happened. So I think this is one of the patients that evolved from from his, human form into becoming a shadow being known as the crawler. I call him the creeper, but they call him the crawler. It's still the same thing, basically. So, I investigate that night, and I didn't see any. Well, I heard voices that sounded like it was him, but we didn't get any visual evidence, which I thought we would have. We did get it on one tour. We did get a shadow caught, but that wasn't him. That was more like another person down there named Ralph. He was a maintenance guy that used to work there, and I think maintenance guy means he was just, he did basically he's a jack of all trades for the Bartonville Assassin. He did maintenance, he did landscaping, he did basically everything they wanted him to do, and well, they did. He did. He helped them, and unfortunately, he passed away inside the building due to natural causes. That's what basically was reported. He was passed away. Basically, he just wanted to help Bartonville back in the day and just help, be presented well. Let's say he did a great job, and everyone was happy with him. And unfortunately, one day I believe he was sick and got unfortunately worse from there, and we all know how it ended. He passed away. So you still feel like that Ralph's near you, and he will try to contact you and say hi, or try to show himself as himself or as a shadow, which we believe we saw that one on that night. He's not a scary person. He's just he's just friendly. He's very friendly, and he won't hurt anybody. He's just trying to get to know you and just see what you're about. He's a good person. I met him through the spirit box. He's not a bad guy. No, he's good. Though the second thing. Sorry, I went off that tangent, sorry, but I just had to discuss what was down there that one time. But the second thing they told me, besides the creeper, the second thing they told me that the wide reason they don't always get human spirits to contact them always, even though it's just that haunted, is because they're being, controlled. And I'm like, by what? You'd say, this thing down here in the basement, you don't know that? I'm like, what thing? Well, the old guy that was leading the tour and the ghost hunt, he said they've seen this other creature before, and it really looked kind of freaked up. He said he would have said he said the other thing, but I'm not gonna say that because the children might be watching this, so I'm not gonna say that. He said it was pretty messed up. What he saw, basically, it was a demon. So I was like, "You have a demon down here?" And I was like, "Yep, 100%." They even captured on camera. It looked like it was a small demon. A pig nose, pig ears, just looked like a hippo pig looking thing. It was small. Is this small? I mean, I don't know. It was just smaller than 2 feet. It was a demon. It's low as low demons, meaning it's just really not powerful to hurt us, but for human spirits, it's kind of powerful enough to control them. So it kind of sucks for them, but not for us. But they told me his name was Hippo, but the spirits that he controls, they call him the Master. Because he controls them and tells them what to do, basically, and bullies them. And I believe some of them can't pass on if they need to because of this demonic entity. And as I said, this is how I met my demon. This old guy told us and showed us a picture. I was like, holy crap, you weren't kidding. Oh my God. So, you know what? We went on the spirit box right away. I said to the old guy, you know what? Me and you, let's challenge this thing right now. And right where you're going to say this, I know you're going to say, Patrick, why the hell did you do that? I have no idea. I thought this guy was going to hurt me, and it could have hurt me, but guess what? It didn't. At the end of it, it didn't hurt me, but it did scare me so bad. Yeah. But anyways, we went to the spirit box. We asked for Hippo, the demon. He comes through. I mean, we hear growl. You hear something. I don't know. We hear just something grunt. I'm like, do you hear that? And I was like, yeah. I was like, what the So, and then we said, why do they call you the Master? And no response. They asked, what are you controlling human spirits? Every time someone asks that, there's no answer. And guess what? This time there was no answer. We asked him, are you still here? No answer. We asked him, are you going to hurt us? He said, well, it grunted, but no answer. No freaking answers. After we asked the first question, he was there, but it went dead. Like, I'm not talking to you anymore. You don't need to know. You're staying out of what I know. So we try to coax him out with the. Let's see if we could find him with the EV, not the EV, but the EMF detector. You know, the one that lights up. So we went around. We went around, and then someone had it in their hand, felt something right there, felt like a warm spot. And this was, mind you, this was in October, which around that time it was kind of cold at night. I mean, it was like between 50 and 45 degrees, so it should not be warm in that building, and there was no heating in that building. So how there was a warm spot down in the basement, coldest of all places, I might add, how the heck is there a warm spot? I mean, I don't know. But I felt it and I was like, whoa, that is that's freaking warm. And then it just grew. I was like, can I touch that? Can I hold on to the? I mean, can I hold on to the EMF detectors to take it? So when I took it, it went away. But when I moved over here, it got again, and then the heat came back. The lights went off, and then the lights went off basically like crazy, and then the heat came back, and then more of it came. I just stood there frozen, like, oh crap. Like it was behind me, moving behind me as well as here. And it's like, it felt so freaking warm. It felt so warm. I'm like, and the thing was going off. Oh my God, I was about to cry too, because I really felt like this was freaking Hippo telling me, you're gonna come here. Well, guess what? I'm gonna tell you what to do. You're gonna fear me. I'm gonna tell you to shut up. Basically, he was trying to scare me, and he did a good job at it. He did a good job at it. Honestly, a perfect job actually. Because I was about to cry. It felt like I was not in danger, but I felt like I was, messing with something I shouldn't have. So when I was just like about to cry. I was like, please stop. I don't know if it was Ralph, because he said when Ralph comes near you, you're supposed to feel warm, but I really felt that hot. My back felt so hot. I didn't get scratched or anything. It felt behind me like so freaking hot, and I had a jacket on, and it was cold as heck down there, and I felt so freaking warm. I near hot now. Like it was worse here than it was the first time it showed up. Basically, it it hurt me. And when I say it hurt me, it emotionally hurt me because I didn't know what to think. I really felt hate that was getting near me, and it was like a small. It felt how the warm spot was. It was like the same height and as what Hippo was described as the height. It was like up in the air. I don't know. It was crazy, but sorry. It's just crazy what happened in the air. It was floating in the air like this, and that like this long. I don't know. It was because it wasn't like a human doing this. It was more like a inhuman entity. They said because if it's getting near hot, it shouldn't be that. It shouldn't be like that. And it was. It was like I was sweating on my forehead, and I was kind of sweating on my back. It. I. I just don't think that was human. I think that was very bad. What happened to me, and I don't know. I didn't get hurt. I didn't get scratched. I didn't get possessed or anything, and nothing followed me home because the owner told me to say something before I left, and I did. And thank God it didn't follow me home. And praise the Lord, I did not get followed because that scared me half to death. I I believe I've messed with something that was very very powerful, and I have respect for that. More respect now than I ever did because the demonic is nothing to laugh about. Is nothing to screw with. If you think you can handle it and you're still a skeptic, there's something very wrong with you. I'm not joking around with this. This is all legit. This is all 100% true. I've met my demon. I didn't want to say or talk about this. This has been about 3 to 5 years, maybe. I don't know. It's just been 5 to 4 years ago. Like I said, it's just been. I don't know what exact year it was, but it was like way before now, way before way before back then, when I was still in community college. It was crazy. But would I want to go? But would I traded that night for anything else? No, heck no, because that sure led me to believe more about the paranormal, and my love for the paranormal increased dramatically, making it believe there are real things out there more than that there are more than ghosts out there. There are demons. There are creatures. There are shadow beings. There's more than anything out there that we've never seen before. That when we meet, it's more than meets the eye. I mean, it's that freaking crazy, creepy, and yet so freaking exhilarating, but creepy though. At the same time, you want that rush, but at the end of the day, you better be willing to back it up what you say. When I say back up what you say, I mean you better be back up for what they want towards what you want. Because if it's a demonic, you don't want to screw with them. They don't make deals. The only deal they do is with themselves, meaning the ruination of a soul. I was spared that night. Why? Maybe it was because what the owner said to me. He knew how to take care of it, even though he wasn't any kind of pastor or anything. Well, his name was Richard, but he was just a regular guy. He owned the building, he bought the building, but he didn't know what happened to me, so he just told me to say this, and it worked. And I thank him every day for that, if I could. And I still do to my mind, I thank him because the thing didn't follow me home. If it would have, my life would have been, and that's pretty much enough said there. And what it could have really done, and thank God it didn't. And would I want to go back there? Well, if it wasn't demolished, yeah, but I would like to go back once to Pollock Hospital and investigate there, because I believe, what I'm led to believe is that the demonic entity that was once there at the Bartonville Insane Asylum, in that main building, transferred over, like with the air spirits, to the Pollock Hospital. And there's been reports of hearing growling, or something, some sort of, weird noises as well, for that matter. Mostly weird noises, but some growls. That led me to believe that that's there. And along with the other human spirits, I mean, it's sad, but at the end of the day, unless you know how to handle the demonic, you have no chance, and you know what to beat it, unless you know what you need to do. Because I fooled with it, I escaped my life, and I thank God for it. But do I want to go back there and maybe confront the thing? That's 50-50. Why? Because I want to make sure and once I confront, I mean, say, what you did last time was not cool. I don't want you to do that again to anybody else. And I just want to make sure if we don't bother you, you don't bother us. That's what I'm going to say. And because that really did not extremely affect me, but affected me for the few days. And when I mean affected me, it just, that fear in my head, like, did I really experience evil? Did I experience something that evil? I believe I did. And when I accepted it, I was like, well, you know what? It's not going to happen to me again. I'm not going to be like, scared. I'm going to be up front, and I'm not going to fear it. I'll be afraid, scared actually, but I'm not going to fear it. Because, we can all fear something. Like, we fear death. Because that's going to be coming no matter what. Demons are here and there. So when you finally meet one for the first time, yeah, it's scary. But when you do it for the second time, you're not as scared. You're scared, but you're not fearful. Because you have the power of God on your side. And you have your will against this demonic's wrath and power. And do I say, would I go back there and say, well, I would like to, maybe have an investigation that only involved the devil? I mean, not the devil, but only involved Hippo? No. I would want to go back to investigate the Pollock Hospital for everything, not just for the demonic. Because if I went there to investigate, I'm doing it for everything. Because there's human spirits there that do need help and that need to talk. Because there were hundreds of thousands of people that did die there. Hundreds of them. Well, yeah. Due to the TB outbreak and due to the unfortunate mental illness and some abuse that I've heard that was allegedly reported. And there's also a cemetery that's really haunted. So I would like to go back there for that too. But to end on this video, I did meet my demon. I was scared out of my wit. I almost was about to cry. I was sweating bullets. My back was really hot. Didn't get scratched or anything, but it felt hot, like something was, like a freaking oven was next to me. Like, it was like, whew. I was like, okay, and I was scared to look back behind me because it was like creepy and slower and slower. It was like I was like breathing. I was like, please go away. And this is when I was scared out of my fucking skull. It terrified me. And people will say that I'm making this up I'm not telling the truth or I'm not being disingenuine. You go there. You tell me what you believe and what you found about Hippo and what have he done to you. Because you'll know because you don't know what at the end of the day at the end of the night he'll come to you and you'll know what I felt. And you'll know and you'll believe like I did. Because I wasn't a skeptic when I went there, but I damn sure am not skeptic about demons anymore. They are freaking real. And it led me more to my belief about everything out there. There's not just about ghosts. There's more than what meets the eye, as I said. And this is all true. This is all pretty freaking true. And when I'm saying this with a straight face, I am not telling a lie. This all happened, and I just wanted to tell my story because it was really creepy and very, very terrible. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed my video. And please, if you do meet with a demonic force, the moral of the story is know what you're doing or stay the hell away from it. Because these things can hurt you, can kill you, can harm you so bad that, or even hurt you mentally and psychologically. And that is way worse than being killed by it even. Because that can actually tear up your family, make you look like a monster, and actually turn you into a monster. That is worse. And that's being the moral story is have respect and know what you're doing. Basically. And with that being said, I'm going to end the video there. Hope you enjoyed my video. Hope you give it a like, subscribe, and come to my Facebook channel. Please give it a like. Smash down that like button. Sorry, I'm burping here, but please smash down that like. Please smash down that like button, boy. And hope you guys have a good weekend. And I might see you tomorrow on my other, on my other channel on YouTube. Because I might make another video on there. I might not. I might make a video here again. So we'll see what happens. So with that being said, be you, be unique, and be unusual. So with that being said, hope you guys have a good night, great weekend, and I might see you tomorrow. So have a good day and good night. Peace. Peace.